Good morning. Checking in from Seattle. Carla Marie's in Orlando. Apparently, she does not sound like a robot. That is only in my headphones.
Wait, so you're hearing me like a robot, but no one else can?
I guess so, yeah. Oh, no, now
That's
she's
annoying.
a robot, says CW Coach in the Twitch chat. C Cruz 0410 says there is an echo. Let's see. Super slight echo from Crazy Dream Girl in the chat. Nothing bad.
Should I leave and come back?
Yeah, go for it. Leave,
Okay,
come
bye.
back, see what happens. There's going to be a blank panel to the left of me in a second, or right. Yeah, it seems like some people... Oh, now she's frozen. Seems like some people can see her and some people can't. Let me try to do something real quick. Remember, and I should have grabbed one of these from downstairs. I forgot again. But as you can see on the screen, we're doing another contest, and I'll pull this up. Giving away that You Look Great little drawstring backpack, the insulated cup. So all you have to do is type in ! And the word enter in the chat. And you have to be a subscriber to do so. So ! And the word enter or the word ticket if you're so inclined. And you'll be good to go.
I'm here.
Still a little robot-y. This was fine before we went live. I don't know what happened.
I hate technology. I hate
Oh, wait.
it.
How about now? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Me
5.
one?
I don't hear you as an echo anymore. Let's see if
Okay.
anyone else does. I think this time it was actually my fault.
What?
Let's see. We'll wait for the
Okay.
delay to catch up. Carla Marie, count to 10 for us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so you sounded good. You are like frozen for a second, so now you're good. But it is all better. Let me take this image off the screen and get us back on here.
Okay.
Big things happened over the weekend. Carla Marie had her family vacation in Orlando, Florida, hanging out at mostly Disney,
Yep.
right?
2 days at Disney, 1 day just hanging at the pool.
And what was your favorite part about Disney so far?
Ooh, probably drinking and eating around the world in Epcot yesterday.
I did get a drunk call from Carla Marie. We're drinking all over the world. This is so much fun. I'm a world traveler.
I didn't say I was a world traveler.
I'm pretty sure you did. And then I was like, what countries did you go to? And she was like, Hawaii. And I was like, well, that's a good one.
Well, Hawaii was how we started. It was here. It wasn't a country, but it was a stop on the Food and Wine Festival thing.
That's fair. And thank you to everyone who is subscribing right now. I just saw Michaela, I don't know how to pronounce that. If you want to enter the contest that we have going on right, where is it? There. You've got to be a subscriber to do so. And all you have to do when you are subscribed is type in ! And the word enter into the chat. We're at level 2 of the hype train, Carla Marie.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know if you're looking at the chat or not with your terrible connection up there.
To. Yeah. So I have it on my phone. I can check. But I did go about 36 hours without a cell phone. And that was an experience.
What happened? Because all I got were messages from Carla Marie saying I can't use my phone.
Not from my phone, though.
Yeah.
Like from other people's phones. I don't know. I was sending Katie, Bachelorette Katie, a text. We were having a conversation. And all of a sudden, my text that I was sending started backspacing on its own. And then it powered down. And for the next 36 hours, my phone was in a perpetual reboot. Like it would go back on, I would unlock, and it would crash again, literally every time. There was nothing, I couldn't even get it to stop. I had to wait till it died, apparently, and it died last night at 11 p.m. And I finally was able to plug it into my computer and download an update.
Did you download some weird porn app that gave you a bunch of viruses or something?
So I was looking into it, and it looked like I could have downloaded malware or something. It could have come from an app, but once I did the update, it's fine. It's as of now. But all I had said to my nieces was we just need to take photos that you guys can send me later because I have
So you had
pictures.
photographers?
Yeah, so I basically just walked around Epcot yesterday with like nothing in my hand. I had literally nothing because all my stuff was in the baby carriage, and just roamed around the world.
Shout out to, hold on, I don't want to forget this. Shout out to Heather for gifting 1,000 bits just now, getting us through level 2 of the hype train, getting us into level 3. Sunali just said she saw my little guest host here.
Erica.
This is little Erica Shea, the kitten version of our friend Erica. How do I get her in the camera? There we go. And
she gets her onesie off.
So here's the thing. The onesie comes off tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ow, you motherfucker. So Erica and I have started becoming friends. She realizes that I am the key to her happiness because if I don't let her out of the little cage that she's supposed to stay in, she stays in there forever. So now she likes me because she's
you
really.
Should keep that cat.
I like her. I do. I think she's one of the favorite kittens that we've fostered between the two of us, Carla Marie. John is an absolute maniac. He is the size of Bagheera from Jungle Book. He's huge. And he sprints around the house like the whole time he's out of the little cage that you've got for him.
He's nuts.
I mean,
I don't know what happened.
I'm saying he gets out, sprints to the door, sprints to the stairs, sprints to a room, sprints back to the door, sprints to the stairs, tackles anything in his sight.
But he wasn't like this before he got neutered.
No, which is weird because you'd assume like they took his masculinity away, right? Like, isn't that what they do?
I think he needs to prove like I still have my balls. I can do this.
So now he's more aggressive.
Yeah.
He is kind of like the human John though. Just a ton of energy all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
I need to get Carla Marie's video up so I can see her a little better. There we go. Now the screen makes a little more sense. So we're at 76% of the hype train, by the way, in case you were wondering.
Okay. Maybe if we hit 100%, we can buy a little Wi-Fi pod that I can take her out.
Cindy just hooked us up with 400 bits. And
also, I might have a special guest later again. What happened? Oh, light died? Oh, Erica unplugged the light.
Erica turned something off down there.
This is a riveting show today.
No, I do have a lot of stuff I want to talk about, actually. And one is something that happened. Erica, what are you doing?
Why don't you fix that and I can talk about what I want to talk about?
All right, do that.
Well, one of the things I want to say about not having a phone is this is probably the first time I've traveled anywhere without a phone in like my entire adult life. So yesterday during the fireworks, well, before the fireworks started, we were all just sitting around for an hour waiting for them to start. And everyone was on their phones. And I didn't even notice. I was just like looking around and just like daydreaming or like night dreaming, whatever, just looking at different things. And then I looked at all three of them. I was like, you guys have just been sitting here on your phones and I would have been doing the same thing, but it's crazy when you don't have your phone. I was like, I haven't people watched in I don't know how many years because you're just scrolling on your phone. And it was just like, it was just such a bizarre situation because it's something that I don't know the last time I did because I just always have my phone in my hand doing something. And it was so like nice and relaxing to not have that moment.
Do you think, even though you have your phone back now, do you think that one moment is going to change your habits or are you going to go right back into staring at your phone at all the events?
I'm going to try not to.
Really?
I'm gonna make it a thing to just put my phone down. I don't need to have my phone. I have my watch, which I couldn't even really use yesterday because it's like super connected to my phone. So it truly just told the time for me. And my nieces could call
like
me
an
if
actual
they
watch.
Find me. Yeah. My Apple Watch, yes. But my biggest concern was, guys, I'm going to the bathroom or I'm going to the store. Please find me if you can't. Like that was the only concern that I was gonna go missing.
It is kind of weird when you think of how much we rely on it now for updates that aren't necessary. And the thing I keep thinking about is like when I was growing up back in my day, like I didn't have a cell phone until the rule was like you would get your cell phone when you got your license, right? And growing up in like elementary school, I mean, unless you were rich and had like a car phone, you didn't really have a cell phone. And I just think of all the times that I couldn't check in with my parents that now kids check in all the time and how panicked my parents must have been all the time.
Not even kids check in, like parents just track you.
Yeah.
But like my niece keeps saying who I'm here with that her baby, my great nephew, she's like, he's not getting a phone until however old, blah, 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 whatever. But if you can track them, then there's like a trade-off.
He's got an Instagram account. What's she trying to do at this point?
The Instagram account is basically for us adults to be able to watch him grow up on Instagram.
Okay, but in reality, he'll probably have a phone by the time he's like 10 at the latest.
Let me do a quick check-in. Alyssa, Angela, will Michael have a phone by the time he's 10? Yeah. No. Oh, Angela said yes. Alyssa said no. So.
He's going to, because otherwise he's going to be the only kid that doesn't have one. And then the second he starts like walking home from school and things like that, you're going to want a way to check in on him. Because I remember now I go back and I'm sure every kid does this at some point when they get older. You realize like the hell that you put your parents through at some point. And growing up in Ridgewood, New Jersey, I used to have to walk from Orchard Elementary School to my grandmother's house. And my friends and I would always just veer off, go to wherever we wanted to. I would go to my friend Zach's house or Andrew's house. And like, I never checked in with my parents. So I would go from being in school or when they dropped me off at school to like 6 o'clock in the evening. And my parents had no idea where I was. And then I would get home and I would get my ass kicked. And then my mom actually did this thing that, which would sound insane to anyone in elementary school today or middle school. My mom got herself, once she got a cell phone, she got herself an 800 number so that we could call from any payphone, and all of my cousins had it. Obviously, me and my brothers had it. And that way, if you were ever stuck, all you had to do was find a payphone and you could message my mom and call my mom.
No, we would call collect and it would say, who is calling? And I'd be like, Mom, pick me up at Fisher Price. Bye. And she would know where to come get it. It was free.
Yeah, do the Bob had a baby, it's a boy?
Yeah.
One of those moves. Thing. Does anyone actually remember that commercial?
I do.
I don't know if anyone actually remembers it. Let's see. Tom in Milwaukee said, I didn't get my phone until sophomore year of high school, which is kind of similar to, I got my phone in junior year when I got my license, but phones also, if you're our age, phones also weren't available when you were in elementary school. Unless you were Cher and Clueless.
No.
Like you didn't have a cell phone.
That's insane. They're like, I didn't have a phone at 10 because they didn't exist.
Yeah. It's nuts. Robbie and Everett, thank you for the 300 bits. Do payphones still exist is a question from the Kimmy Cam on Twitch.
Oh, I used one in United Kingdom yesterday around the world.
Why?
What is this called? Epcot, Disney World.
Why did you use a payphone? You trying to get the Rona?
No.
Well,
it actually worked, right? Didn't we say it worked? Yeah.
Who'd you call?
We didn't call anybody. We just took pictures with it. It's the red phone thing.
Oh, like a phone booth.
But in London.
So you were a American tourist in London in Epcot.
Yeah.
Okay, but you didn't actually use a real payphone. Like that was, think about it. That was a display, right?
No, but it was real.
But when was the last time you saw an actual
payphone?
Payphone in the wild.
I don't know. No idea. I couldn't even tell you.
Wherever you go today, if you see, not you, Carla Marie, but you're also included in this, you'll probably see one at the airport, I would assume. At least you'll see like a little bank of payphones. They'll usually have like 3 or 4 in a row just in case.
But nobody touch them if you see them.
If you see a payphone, please take a picture, tag us, and just write payphones in the wild. Because I don't know. I don't remember the last time I actually saw a legit payphone.
I guess they are at the airport because this was my panic that my phone wasn't going to work. And my mom, everyone had the same reaction was, well, how is Anthony going to know to get you from the airport? And I'm like, he's just going to have to track my flight. He might be able to call me on my watch, or we just have to say like, I'll be at spot 7 or something ahead of time. But I guess I could have found a payphone at the airport and called you.
Yeah, but do you actually know my cell phone number? Do you have it memorized?
I know your cell phone number. You don't know mine.
I don't know anyone's cell. I know. So I have like 3 or 4 numbers baked into my brain. 2 of them are for people's home lines that don't live there anymore. My cousins Alex and my cousin Christina, I remember their home lines in Fair Lawn, New Jersey and Little Ferry, New Jersey. Neither of them live in those homes anymore. Their families don't live in those homes anymore. So I have useless numbers in my brain. Other than that, I remember 3 cell phone numbers. My mom, my dad, and my friend Robbie. And that's it.
Okay. So you should probably memorize mine, though.
Why?
Because what if you're stuck and you need to call me from a payphone?
Then I'll call my mom or my dad, and I'll say, can you text Carla Marie to get me at this place? Or I'll call Robbie.
I've had to do that from airplanes before because you can get like free iMessage. So I've had to text like family members, like, can you text Anthony and tell him blah, 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 whatever.
Because I don't have an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way that Google phones, Android phones, can use like in-flight messaging? Or maybe it's just Facebook?
WhatsApp.
Oh, WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
That makes sense. Which I also don't use WhatsApp. Like I have.
We had to in Jamaica.
Exactly. Like I've made an account, but it's not on my phone ever. Let's see.
Mom, Dad, it's Anthony. It's 3 a.m. I'm drunk. Text Carla Marie to find me.
You know what I had to do actually when I got fully arrested in Jersey City was what? Because I've been like
got fully arrested.
Well, because I consider the other time I got arrested in Maywood, New Jersey, it was like a partial arrest.
They only put one handcuff on?
No, I was cuffed and I was in the back of the car for a little bit. But basically when I got to the police department, the guy took the cuffs off. I just sat in his office. Like I wasn't in an actual cell. In Jersey City, they like booked me, put me in a little holding room. It was legit. Took my shoes so I didn't hang myself apparently because that's like something people do with their sneaker laces, I think. Or maybe they use it to choke other people out in like, what's it called? In Gen Pop. Yeah. But either way, I wasn't in Gen Pop. But when I got arrested in Jersey City, they gave me my one phone call to make. Like in Maywood, I was able to have my cell phone in my hand the whole time, and I called my dad from my cell phone. In Jersey City, they took my phone and told me I had one phone call to make. And I sat there and I was like, well, my mom and dad can't get me in time for me to get bailed out and go to work. It's like, who would actually be able to come here, bring $200 of cash and get me out of this place? And it was our friend Colleen, who just left the Carolina and Greg T show.
But you didn't know Colleen's number.
Exactly. And I also knew that in this day and age, if you see a phone number from from a number you don't recognize, or a call from a number you don't recognize, you're not going to pick up. So I asked them for my phone back so I can get the number. And as I was searching it, I found Colleen's number and quickly texted her without them looking. Hey, I'm calling from the police department. Please pick up. This is not a joke. But otherwise, I would have been screwed.
Like I would have thought it was a phone tap or something at that time.
I think I even wrote, this is not a joke and not a phone tap. Like I was trying to be very clear. I am seriously in a police station.
I am fully arrested.
I am fully arrested. 100% arrested.
So yesterday, after we were drinking around the world, Angelo went to the bathroom and came back and said, I've never seen this before, but the guy in the stall next to me had his shoes off.
In the bathroom?
In the bathroom. And there was a meme the other day that was going around. I was like, damn, this person must be having a tough time. And you saw that their shoes were off. Their socks were in their shoes. And I think they had a shirt off next to it too in a public restroom. And I was like, that's the thing. Like people have to go to the bathroom so bad sometimes that they need to take their clothes. I've
never gone full naked to go to the bathroom in a public restroom, but I have changed. Like I have, even in airports, I've changed where like my shirt.
This guy was not changing.
Okay.
This guy had literally ate in every country and was struggling.
Was he he was in the stall, like sitting down with his bare feet?
In the stall, sitting down. What country were you going to the bathroom in? He was in Morocco.
Oh.
So he probably had some spicy food. Is
it a thing in Morocco or you're supposed to like take off your shoes?
Oh. Maybe it's customary in Morocco to do that.
I don't know. I've never been.
He had neon shoes, he said.
So, as I would actually be more likely to let my bare feet touch the floor of a bathroom, like in a stall next to a toilet. But if I was by a urinal, I mean, the floors by urinals are basically just pee. Like that's all. Yeah. It's just layered in dry pee. It's disgusting.
That's fair. I guess the urinals in a stalls in men's room is probably cleaner than the stalls in
Yeah, because we
girls'
don't have
bathroom,
to
'cause
hover
guys
to
aren't
pee or
generally
anything.
peeing there. Yeah, that makes sense.
Although I'm sure there are still guys that use the stall to pee like you would in a regular bathroom and miss the toilet. I'm sure that
Because
happens.
privacy. Yeah.
But the urinal area, like the most disgusting area you can ever be in.
I tell you, if they didn't have, like, if we just had toilets lined up and no walls, I don't think I'd ever be able to pee in a public restroom.
Why would that be a thing?
But because why not? You have urinals.
Yeah, but in most urinals, so it's different because you're not like, usually you're not exposing your bare ass the whole time. Like you're not pulling your pants down below your knees to sit down.
Hold on,
And
let me check in with Angelo to see if he does that. Angelo, when you pee in the urinal, do you pull your pants all the way down? No, he doesn't
no,
either.
I have seen a handful of like adult. You see kids do it, like little boys will do that where their
Little
pants
kids, yeah.
are like by their by their knees while they're using a urinal. And I've seen like 3 or 4 actual adults do it, and I always question how they were raised and what they're going through in life at that point. Because
How funny to be
nothing good can
from
be happening.
thoughts. That's fair.
But with urinals, there's also
I
usually a divider.
Yeah, I guess I don't frequent men's rooms, so I don't know if they're dividers.
Actually, so Angelo, who Carla Marie is talking to off camera, which is the boyfriend of her niece, baby daddy of her niece.
Yeah.
He's a Red Sox fan. He might know this if he's been to the ballpark at Fenway. Is they have their public bathrooms are like
Disgusting.
troughs, like what
Fenway?
pigs and
The things.
cows eat out of. It's basically a really long bathtub that you pee in.
Yeah.
And then it all just goes into one drain. It's pretty gross.
It's not there anymore?
Oh, there's a little bit of
now.
They have urinals now? So Mikey0875 said he was at Fenway on Saturday. So Mikey, when you peed, if you peed, did you notice urinals or a trough? We need to know in the chat.
You said if he peed? I could never have gone to a game.
Oh, wow. We have confirmation from Mikey0875. The troughs are gone.
Troughs are gone. Well, wasn't there a viral video a few years ago of someone sliding through it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You remember that?
I do remember that video, and it's like the most disgusting video. There's that, and then there's a video of someone laying, like, choosing to lay on the subway tracks in New York City in that dirty subway water.
Stop.
Which you couldn't, I don't know what would have to happen in my life for me to even dip a finger in that subway water.
No.
That's how gross it is.
Subway water. Water. Why are you saying it like that?
Subway water. Maybe it's the connection you have down there in Florida. I'm saying it normally.
No, you're saying it like water.
It's the water. All right.
Dirty water, dog.
Texas Chris said something interesting in the chat. He said, as weird as this sounds, I prefer a trough to a urinal. I hate urinals.
Why?
I don't know. You've got to explain that in the chat so we can read it, because the trough, just to me, the idea of the trough that there's like literally a bathtub of pee is weird. Like I have no preference of what I'm peeing in, I guess. It doesn't matter. I've peed on the side of the road. I've peed everywhere. It's just kind of weird.
Gross. Oh, so yesterday I met people from Monmouth, New Jersey, because I was walking around Epcot wearing our own shirt. Like a loser, which I'm like, I didn't say the Carla Marie Anthony show. I guess that would have been worse. I had "You Look Great" shirt on, which obviously I wear everywhere. But once someone finally came up to me and was like, Carla Marie, right? I was like, yeah. They're like, I knew it had to be you because you were wearing "You Look Great" shirt. And I'm like, oh, what a loser. I'm wearing my own shirt.
Did they own their own shirts, or do they just know that "You Look Great" saying?
Someone said I have all the stickers. They have the metallic stickers, everything. They didn't mention if they had the shirts, but I think they might have.
If they've got the metallic one, that means I can look it up.
They said yes? I thought you said a sticker. Oh, they have our shirts hanging up on their walls, they said.
Okay, so
I met them at the time I went to every country, so.
Before or after Morocco?
It was before. Well, it was after Morocco, but before the bathroom situation in Morocco.
Okay. Texas Chris, by the way, to go back to put a cap on the trough versus urinal conversation we were having before. He says, I'm a relatively tall guy, and many urinals are too short so that my twig and berries almost hang above the top of the urinal, which makes me so uncomfortable. Okay.
Funny.
I
That's
can
funny.
see that because sometimes the heights of urinals are a little weird. Like if it's
So
too
it's not-
tall, it can like splash back at you if it's too close to like the point of exit. And then if it's too far,
Things
it also
I'll never understand.
if it's too far, your pee also travels too far and then like can splash out that way. So it's weird.
Okay. Good to know.
It's a weird world to live in.
Ruben said he never got his metallic sticker, so reach out to us because we'll double check and see what happened. I know a bunch got sent back. Anthony emailed a bunch of people, and we haven't heard back
Actually,
yet.
I did. I specifically remember emailing Ruben, and Ruben has not responded.
Check your email.
Unless he responded and then I didn't look at the response, which is 100% possible.
Okay, so the consensus is that it's not weird if I'm wearing a "You Look Great" shirt because I wear them all the time. But this was the first time I saw someone who knew who I was and I was wearing our shirt.
That's good because I wear a "You Look Great" shirt at least 3 days, usually more, out of the week when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
And a guy that I know, Dave, who I've talked to for years at the gym, came up to me the other day. I think it was Saturday, and I was wearing the neon yellow "You Look Great" shirt. And he said to me, he goes, I know you have that shirt in other colors because I've seen you wear them at the gym. And I said, yeah, this is kind of embarrassing. I have them in 3 colors that I wear to the gym. And I basically just rotate through the 3 of them.
Did you tell him, hey, this is my company?
And I explained. I was like, well, let me explain the shirt, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I ordered 3 for myself so I can make more gym shirts. And he said, well, did you really need more gym shirts? And I said, the other ones were kind of rank because I wore them for years to the
I
gym.
will also say something. I was pretty disappointed yesterday
With
because
what?
I went hours before anyone said thank you or you look great after seeing my shirt. And one guy was like, you look great. And I was like, you look great. And I go, I got 1. And then I hear someone else yell, you look great. And I was like, you look great. He goes, now you got 2. And I was like,
Imagine they just broke out into a
no,
chant.
the whole day. Just like everyone started doing
Yeah.
it. I would have
You
cried.
look great. You look great. You look great.
No, I did cry yesterday.
I saw a picture of you crying, actually. We've got to talk about this.
I don't know if you were able to pull up any of the photos I sent you. If not, it's fine.
I don't have them up right now, but I can get them up quickly.
Okay. I sent you the photo. That was the reason why I cried.
Okay, let me see if I can find this quickly.
Why was I crying?
Okay, I think this is the one you're going to be talking about. Let me size this properly. Oh, God, this is going to take a second.
Okay, that's fine. I'll also talk about the fact that we went to a Beauty and the Beast sing-along, which I've never been to in Disney, and it was so much fun. It told another story of Beauty and the Beast about how, like, LeFou was actually behind the scenes trying to, because he didn't like Gaston. What? Angelo keeps saying the name, is throwing me off. And
Gaston?
he was like, he was behind the scenes trying to get Belle to leave the town and go live in the castle by herself, but he didn't know that the Beast was there. So he was like kind of doing this whole thing behind the scenes, and it's like a quick, condensed little movie, but it's a full-blown sing-along, and we're in the back row screaming the songs, and I think we're the only people in the whole place singing.
Okay, so
But, okay. You
no,
have it?
keep going. Keep going.
Oh, I forgot that my niece Gabriella was actually Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast when she was in middle school. So we had our very own Mrs. Potts with us. It was very nice.
All right, so this is the picture, I believe, Carla Marie.
Okay, I can't see. Oh, I'll get to see it in a second.
It should be fireworks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
and
explain
it's
this.
Alyssa, Angelo, and the baby watching the fireworks. And I was like, oh, let me take a picture of this. I took one of their phones because mine wasn't working. And as I was taking it, I just started bawling.
It is a really good
sobbing.
picture.
It is a great photo. This is why I should always have a phone. And they like to know I was crying it. And Gabriella looked at me. She's like, are you crying? And I'm like, yeah. And then I think Gabriella started crying. No, yeah. See, she's going to pretend like she wasn't. But I could not stop, probably partially because of the alcohol. And I was like actually sobbing.
It is a good family photo. That's their first
was.
time at Disney together, right?
Yeah.
And that was the baby's first fireworks?
Was that Michael's first fireworks? Yes, it was.
I know that because Angela was texting me
Oh,
about why you were crying.
Angela was texting Anthony telling him that. Great. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. And just for a sticker update, Ruben said that he reached out to me through Instagram since he's not sure which email we use to reach out. So I will reach out back. I will reply. I don't know.
I almost cried when we saw Mickey Mouse.
I don't know if, and listen, I haven't gone to Disney with a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I will withhold an opportunity to cry then, but I've never felt like any sort of emotion that would get me close to crying at Disney.
Well, you've only been to Disney once, right?
No, I was at Disney when I was a kid. Obviously.
You went as a kid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What kind of childhood do you think I had?
Well, this was Angelo's first trip.
What kind of childhood did he have?
It was actually fun watching Disney through an adult's eyes.
For the first time?
Cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of Disney, Carla Marie?
That's tough. I guess my favorite thing is the Tower of Terror, but we didn't get to do that this trip. But
that's
my
at
favorite
Disney?
part of that's
Isn't that Universal?
Hollywood Studios.
Oh, Hollywood Studios.
No. But my favorite part this trip, I don't know. I really think we just had the most fun yesterday walking around the world and drinking. Am I the only one who thinks that in the audience here?
Carla Marie has a live studio audience.
I do have a live studio audience, but they're in their phones. They're not paying attention. They're not in the moment, you know?
Yeah, those stupid phone people.
They only hear half of the show. They're like, I want to hear what Anthony's saying.
No, you don't. And also, we have to make sure that people don't live in the moment and stay in their phones, because the way that most people watch this show is through their phones. So
true. Phones are important.
So stop trying to screw us over here, Carla Marie. I do want to talk about a couple things that I learned while Carla Marie was gone. And they're not about Carla Marie. I learned that all those self-help, to-do list, productivity people are full of garbage. And I'm going to tell you why. So I've listened to a couple different organizational type books, healthy working habits, all those things. And a lot of what they'll say, and all of these experts kind of across the board, is like, if you make your to-do list, put the 3 things that you can't get by without on top. All the other stuff, all the inconsequential stuff, don't even worry about that. Mm-hmm. Right? I did the complete opposite last Wednesday. I took, or was it Thursday? Whatever day it was. I took Carla Marie to the airport, had the whole day ahead of me, and I decided I was going to knock out all of the really, really easy things to do on my to-do list and leave all of the important stuff for later. And I found
interesting.
No, and I know it doesn't sound like it should make sense. And it doesn't sound like it should make you more productive. But I found, for me at least, getting all of the easy stuff out of the way helped me snowball into getting more and more productive as the day progressed. Because I didn't have to use a lot of mental energy to get some of the easier stuff done. And when I say easy stuff, I'm talking, I took my clothes to the dry cleaner. I replaced the fire extinguisher that we found out doesn't work when Carla Marie almost set the house on fire. Which, by the way, not the fire extinguisher. Well, not our fault. That fire extinguisher apparently had been recalled because I took it to the fire safety place and they gave me a code to get a new one.
Yeah, how come I didn't know about that?
I had this bag laying around forever of electronic waste and batteries, and I took the electronic waste to Best Buy, put it in their little bin. I took the batteries to another place, and they took them to recycle them. So I got all of this stuff that didn't really require a lot of energy, mental energy at least. And then by the time that was all done, I was ready to get so much more accomplished.
So that's what Beck just said. I think doing things that way gives you more motivation to keep going for the rest of the list.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I got to keep going. I get that.
And part of it's because none of those things bring you down and are so hard to complete that you give up, right?
They're menial tasks. Yeah.
How many times have you been doing a really hard task or a really big project? You're like, I'm just going to take a mental break and not do nothing. And you never get back to that work.
Yeah.
For that day, at least. Yeah. They're warm-ups for the big things.
Stretching.
Oh yeah. I also, on Friday, one of the things on my list was to make sure I gave DJ Vega the red mic that we had purchased a couple of years ago.
He bought it from us.
Well, he bought it from us. Yeah. But for a discounted rate. Because he's a friend. Oh,
really? I didn't know we were discounting things now.
For Vega, we do.
Okay.
And then I actually went out. I was out every day, I think, this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday night. I went out on a school night and like went out into the world.
I know. Anthony was like, oh, I'm out of this club. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So Vega was DJing at a place called Citizen Campfire in Queen Anne, which is in Seattle. It's like an outdoor beer garden type of vibe, but because on Friday it was super hot and there was a lot of smoke from the wildfires in Canada and Eastern Washington, the crowd wasn't that big. And I get it because it was a sweaty day. And then I hung out with DJ FaZe. I actually went to the club. Are you muted?
No, am I?
I wasn't getting any audio from you. You were laughing without making noise.
Oh, sorry.
But it looked like you were making noise. And then, so this is one of the reasons I labeled this video, Why Are Guys So Weird, is because of something. It's something I noticed when I was visiting and hanging out with DJ FaZe at the club he was at, which was Forum Social House. It's in Bellevue. If you know where the Lucky Strike is, it's right above that. And the place is really cool. And FaZe and the guy who was DJing before him, I'm blanking on the name, both fantastic DJs. It was a really great like mix of music. But the thing that I realized, and maybe this is a Bellevue specific thing, but this is like a nicer club. So people are getting dressed up. There's bottle service, yada, yada, yada. The couples that I saw were so oddly mismatched in regards to the amount of effort that they put in before they left the house.
Okay. I feel like it's always like that.
I think women, for the most part, will almost across the board put in more effort, but it was a glaring difference this night. So this past Saturday. And I'll try to explain like the typical female that I saw at Forum Social House. Typical female had heels on or some sort of like platform elevated footwear. Had either a really nice dress of some sort, like a summery dress, or just a very well put together outfit. And then like the Gucci belts, the Burberry bags, the accessories that they're like flaunting how much they cost. The guys, I swear to you, were in board shorts, flip-flops, and Mariners jerseys, like across the board. Across the board. Just total slobs.
How do they let you in flip-flops?
I don't know. But the fact that any of these girls put that much effort to just be seen next to those dopes blew my mind. Is that a bucket hat?
This is a bucket hat.
Wow.
And I'm all for comfort lifestyle. Bought this in downtown Disney at the hat store.
No, I'm for the comfort lifestyle. And I almost wanted to go to all of those girls that put in that much effort and been like, listen, you didn't need to spend that money on the Burberry, whatever you're wearing. You could have gone to Target. You would have looked just as good. No one cares.
It's true.
But if your partner's going to put in that much effort, don't you think that you should put in just like a little bit?
Okay, but there's been times when I get dressed up and then you just put on like that Seton Hall t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah, but that's because I have to do less to look good. You know what I mean?
What?
No, but we wouldn't be going to a place, Carla Marie, where if you were dressed up, I'd be wearing a sports jersey, shorts, and flip-flops.
We would never be going anywhere where you'd be wearing a sports jersey unless it was a sporting event.
That's not true. I've worn basketball jerseys out. I have my Sonics basketball jersey that I wear to some events. Why are you looking at me like that with no response?
It's so weird. It's weird. It's just wearing jerseys when you're not playing a game or watching a game is weird.
And we've done a whole podcast about this, and I tend to agree. Once you're out of high school, like wearing a jersey to a bar just to wear it is weird. Is Angela wearing a Red Sox jersey right now?
Hold on. What? You wear jerseys when it's not jersey time? He just said it could be a nice outfit. Uh-oh.
It's not a nice outfit. A Red Sox jersey is not a nice outfit anywhere.
Anthony said a Red Sox jersey is not a nice outfit anywhere.
Yeah, see, Jordy Matthews said, what was that, Carla Marie?
Okay. He said blue jeans and a Red Sox jersey is a nice outfit.
No, it's not. Maybe for a Red Sox game. It's a great outfit for a Red Sox game. Jordy Matthews said basketball jerseys in the summer to a barbecue are comfortable. So yeah, I'm not wearing a basketball jersey to like a nice dinner, but I would wear it to a barbecue, to like an outdoor bar, beer garden type of event. I would do that.
So weird. Hold on. Give me that baby.
Give me that baby.
And Gabriella's leaving, so I have to say bye. Hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Love you. Come here, sir.
He's making another appearance. Where's his little microphone?
Don't worry.
And you've got to point the microphone a little more towards you, Carla Marie.
I will. Hold on. He was here. Dude.
Did he throw it?
He wants to crack. Yep.
Oh. Kid's got some great hair. I'll give him that.
He does have great hair. He's a good dude.
Is there a cat here or something? Oh, there is a cat that I have over here that I could put on camera. But it's Caroline.
He met Caroline. Caroline loved him on Christmas.
I don't think Caroline likes anybody.
She does.
So how was the baby during your whole Disney trip?
He was perfect. He was like literally the best. I tell you what, though, traveling with the kid is a whole new.
What did you learn, Carla Marie?
Diapers. I learned that like you need to pack like you're about to go on a backpacking trip around the world. You got to bring like 50 diapers and like all kinds of sunblock, a hat, a fan, a change of outfit, his food for the day, a bib, bottles.
That's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. And then you got to change them in a public restroom.
Did you change them at any point?
Actually, I don't think I changed. One day to go to the pool, I changed them, but I didn't change them in Disney.
He looks so content. Oh, now it's frozen a little bit.
Pretty good. He was like seriously so good. Oh, I'm frozen.
It's weird. We can hear you, but the video's lagging a little bit.
Okay, I just stopped moving to hope that it would be better, but
I don't think that's how that works. The amount of your movement doesn't make a difference on the screen.
Hi, Michael. Say hi.
Let's see. Court with a K said the amount of stuff we brought pre-kids versus post-kids is insane. We needed a new car to tow all the stuff.
Yeah. Like, I mean, and the carriage that you got to put in the trunk. It's just a whole.
Yeah, but having a carriage, isn't it a stroller? Who calls it a carriage?
You call it a carriage or a stroller? A baby carriage. Baby stroller. I guess it's a stroller. But yeah, we could put our stuff in there.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Like, I think I'll just bring a baby stroller when I come back to Disney without a baby.
You know how many times I've seen the homeless people around Seattle with baby strollers, and I'm like, oh my God, they're homeless with a baby. And I'm like, oh no, that's just all of their stuff in the stroller.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is going to be weird. Speaking of the homeless people in Seattle, so one of the things I like to do, especially if I'm listening to like a new album, is I'll just go drive around listening to an album. And on Friday, I decided to do that. And I was driving up and I had passed next to one of the bus stops here in Seattle. I passed and I looked to my right and I thought I saw a person laying on the ground. And I was like, I can't tell if that was just someone's stuff or if there was an actual person laying there. So as I looped around, I noticed it was a person. It was either like a 20-ish year old guy or a woman. Did you just unplug that?
We're good. We're
here.
Okay.
Just like kind of laying passed out face down on the grass. I was like, oh man, well, what do I do in this scenario? Like, I don't want to call the cops.
Stop.
And also if that person's like maybe not in the best mental state, like I don't want to approach the person either and then get like attacked or something.
Where were you?
So I was by, if you're familiar with Seattle, I was by where like 15th and Holman Road kind of meet.
Okay, because apparently there was a dead body found at Gasworks Park this weekend.
That's not where I was. So after I passed the second time and realized it was an actual person laying down, I was like, crap, what am I supposed to do in this situation? So I drove for a little bit more as I was like contemplating what to do. Finally turned around. There was a parking lot like not too far from the place. And in my head, I was like, I just want to make sure this person's alive and not like
Or not needing help.
Or yeah, not like just got beat up and is just laying out in the street and everyone's passing them, because there was like dozens and dozens of cars driving by. So I get to the parking lot and I'm close enough now that I'm out of the car at the edge of the parking lot where I can I'm probably 12 feet away from this person.
And
I'm yelling and I was like, hey, I'm like, hey, hello. And they kind of like grunted, looked at me, rolled around like I had interrupted their sleep. And then I realized their shoes were like neatly placed next to them. And they were just deciding to sleep on that patch of grass next to the bus stop. Okay. So at that point I was like, you know what? My time here is done. I made sure this person wasn't dead or in desperate need of help, and I'm going to keep going. But I was also like, it was a weird experience just all around.
So apparently, Lee said you can call the non-emergency number and ask for a welfare check and provide the location.
Okay, so remember? I've done that once or twice.
I was going to do that for my neighbor because I thought she was dead because her cat was outside for so long.
Wasn't she actually dead?
No, that was a separate neighbor that happened to, but yeah.
Okay. So you didn't do the welfare check on the person that died. You did a welfare check on the person that was alive.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Not that you were going to know the difference either way. That's why you do a welfare check.
No.
So I called the non-emergency line a handful of times because as I walk to the gym, sometimes there's like homeless encampments that I'll pass, and sometimes things seem a little unusual or dangerous. Like the one time I think I talked about it where I called the non-emergency line because there was just some dude or someone, I couldn't tell if it was a guy or a girl, walking around pantless next to like a little kid's gymnasium. And there's like a huge window there. So I felt like that should have been handled. That non-emergency line is not helpful at all. And I'm sorry if you're a person who works the non-emergency line. And I understand there's a lot of things that you have to deal with in the city of Seattle. But man, they were not helpful. They were almost condescending in my conversation with them.
Yeah, I've called it before, and it's like, it depends. Remember the time someone was trying to break into the apartment building?
Yeah.
And we're like, there's someone trying to break into the apartment building, and they're like, it'll be about 45 minutes before we can get someone out there. I'm like, what?
This is an active break-in. And I get it. Seattle's a big city. It's the 12th largest city in America. Actually, it's the 12th largest metro market. I don't know where it lands on like actual population of Seattle, but I get it. There's a lot going on. There's probably a lot worse things than a person peeing on the side of the street next to a kid's gymnasium.
Oh, yeah.
But like the whole experience of that phone call was not fun.
No.
I remember they asked me, and if you didn't listen to the show that day when we talked about this, one of the problems was the person wasn't facing me. So I was just looking at butt cheeks, and they had like a hat and a hood on. And the person on the dispatch line, on the non-emergency line, kept asking me the gender of the person. And I was like, well, I actually don't know. And then in the most condescending way, the person on the line said, well, do they have man parts or female parts? And I had to describe, I said, well, I'm just looking at the cheeks and I have no idea what parts are on the other side. And I'm not going to go investigate.
No.
It was just the weirdest experience. One of the weirdest experiences here in Seattle.
Yeah, it's weird. But you should have been able to tell by the butt cheeks.
That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
If it was like super hairy,
if it's a man butt or a girl butt.
If it was super hairy, I would have leaned on the side of that's probably a dude butt. But it wasn't a hairy butt, so it could have just been like a non-hairy white person or a woman. I don't know. I don't think you can tell from butt cheeks alone.
I would like to see a lineup of butt cheeks, and then we'll see who does better.
Okay.
Picking.
I think here's the caveat. I think if you lined up a bunch of gym butts, like if you went to a regular gym, I think you could tell because guys develop their butt muscles differently than women normally develop their butt muscles.
No, we're not doing That's
but
not what this was.
I know, but I think in the homeless world, which is what I was dealing with when I was looking at these cheeks, I think it's a little harder to tell. If it's like a nondescript skinny person, you know, it's harder to tell just based on butt cheeks.
That's why I think it'd be an interesting game.
There was a game show that I watched a long time ago. And I want to say it was like one of those weird shows on MTV, but the women were supposed to pick out just through like butts who their partner was.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen this.
Does anyone know what I'm talking about? The guys would basically... What?
It wasn't naked butts.
No, but the guys would like put their butts, which were in jeans or whatever, in like a little slot so you could only see their butts. And the girls would be like, oh, that's my boyfriend's butt. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about, but I don't know the show. I definitely remember this.
Texas Chris in the chat said, is anyone else getting Clarissa Explains It All vibes from Carla Marie's bucket hat? You do have a very Clarissa or maybe Blossom look going on.
Then what is... I was going to say you're Ferguson, but that's her brother, right?
Yeah, Fergie, the ginger?
Yeah, too.
Not even close.
I might come home with an alligator.
That'd be kind of cool. Have you seen any gators?
No, we've been looking. I mean, there's a golf course right here with a swamp in between.
Damn, you're staying on a golf course? How fancy are you?
It's a resort.
Oh, wow. You're not like at a Motel 6 or something?
No, you know my rulings on motel hotels.
You know what I want to do one day, Carla Marie? And I'm actually going to steal this idea from Ricky, who I just saw jump in the chat, who I'm going to see in like 2 days. And I'm very excited for that. I'm going to go down to Nashville. So Ricky and Jake did this thing on their podcast, which Jake is no longer a part of. You should go listen to the last couple episodes they had. But they did this thing where they got food from strip clubs and tested it out. I want to go, if you're familiar with Seattle, there are these motels on Aurora Avenue. And even if you're not familiar with what? Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know where we're going with this, but go ahead.
So, and even if you're not familiar with Seattle, there's the famous Marco Polo Motel, which is the last place that Kurt Cobain was seen alive. Not live like performing, like alive as in a human. And I think we should do an experiment where we pick a couple of them and stay in these motels for a night, and then you give us a review of the motel experience.
Not even doing it for like not even funny.
Why?
No, because I hate dirty hotels, let alone a motel.
What would we have to do to get you to do that for just one night? Experiment. Do it for content.
I would need like $1 million. It's
$1 million?
I can't. Like I physically
$1 million
cannot sleep in a dirty motel on Aurora where people are literally shooting up heroin in the rooms.
I think if you're shooting up heroin, because I've seen it happen on the street. You're usually doing it in the middle of the street. I think the rooms are mostly for prostitutes.
Okay, so Court apparently just said to her husband Mike this week that she would like to just get a room just to see what they're like inside.
Yeah, why not? And I get it. Everyone's allowed to be a hotel snob. I think in travel, that is the one
will
place.
Put it in my bio. I'm a hotel snob.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But $1 million?
I'm not sleeping in a dirty ass motel.
Why not?
Who's going to pay for my medical bills after that?
What? You're not going to have medical bills for sleeping in a dingy hotel or motel.
You might get herpes.
Let's see. What about bed bugs? I don't think they have bed bugs.
It's guaranteed with purchase. Bed bugs.
I don't know. Didn't the Hard Rock in Vegas have bed bugs? You can't live your life trying to avoid bed bugs. It just happens.
Yeah. No. Can I bring my own sheets?
You can bring your own sheets, yes. But are you actually going to, here's the question though. I would rather sleep on the sheets that they have rather than pull the sheets up and see the mattress.
No, I'll put my sheets on top.
Oh, I guess you could do that too.
No, I'm not doing it. I'll bring my tent instead.
Yeah, bring a sleeping bag and just sleep in the sleeping bag on top of the bed. No, I did that once.
I'm not even like this. There's like, it's not even like funny to me that we're having this conversation because it's disgusting.
I did that once. So, well, not in a motel here, but because of some flight issues, I ended up missing a connecting flight that was supposed to take me. I was going from Newark to LAX and then LAX to Reno to go to Lake Tahoe and go snowboarding.
Okay.
There was an issue with my baggage in Newark, so I ended up taking a later flight, and then missed my connection to Reno, and there wasn't another one till the next morning. And I was 20-something at the time. I was working for Elvis. I don't even know if I was working for Elvis at the time, but I had like no money, and I had to find a hotel for the night near the airport. And I found a hotel. It was a travel lodge directly next to a Denny's, or it was adjacent to a Denny's and down the street from a Carl's Jr., literally next to the runway, because the whole night the planes were taking off like right over my room.
Yeah, it's never clean.
And I remember going through the courtyard area to get to my room, and they had a pool that looked like it hadn't been cleaned in ages. Ages. It hadn't been cleaned since they opened it. And then I got into the room, and it was just it was the oldest, dingiest room I'd ever been in. And what I did to go to sleep was I put all of my snowboard gear on, snowboard pants, jacket, hood, everything. And I just slept like a pencil for like 4 hours until
like
my
that's not
flight.
enjoyable to me.
No, it was really, really bad. Travelodge
I'll take him back.
does not get a good review from me.
Because we got to end in a second anyway, and Michael's got to say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be the only day, by the way, that Carla Marie and I are doing the show together for over a week. And we do have to pick the winner. If you have not done so yet, enter the word, or enter exclamation. Oh, God, I can't talk. Enter exclamation mark and the word enter into the chat. And I'm going to pull up what you'll be winning. It is
Clap
this.
hands for everybody.
And
Come
now you
on.
can see Michael.
Clap hands for the winner. Clap hands. Do clap hands.
Exclamation
Show
point
everybody.
and the word
Make a
enter.
liar out of us. Do
Good
clap
luck.
hands.
Let me grab this here.
Clap hands.
Oh, he doesn't want to clap hands. Leave him alone.
He loves clapping hands. It's his favorite thing to do.
Apparently
Except
not.
when it's actually time to clap hands. Yeah.
There he goes. All right. So I'm going to go into the giveaways. We'll be doing this again tomorrow and Thursday, by the way. 107 people have entered. You can still do it. Exclamation point and the word enter. Give you about 30 seconds to do that with the delay.
Yeah.
Does Michael have a You Look Great shirt?
No, Michael doesn't have a You Look Great shirt because we didn't sell baby or kid shirts.
That kid's like 16 at this point. He's huge. His head's bigger than yours.
He is 23 pounds, I think.
His head is like the size of your head.
He's half of my body when I hold him. You're half of my body.
Although you also have a tiny head.
Well, apparently he doesn't like my tiny hat.
All right, so we are going to close the giveaway. 111 people have joined. That's awesome. Close
Ooh, a
giveaway.
YLG pacifier would be cool.
And draw a winner. Brinny Butt.
Yeah.
Brinny Butt is our winner. Congratulations, Brinny Butt. I'm going to message you through Twitch. So the messaging app is called The Whisper. So make sure you're looking out for a Whisper on Twitch. And then we'll see Carla Marie in person in Seattle tomorrow, right?
Yes.
What time do you land? What time do you have to be at the airport?
I land at 10:15 p.m. tonight.
Ugh, that's
Your
annoying.
time.
All right, well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Congratulations to Brinny Butt. We'll have another giveaway tomorrow, and that will be our last show in person until you see me in Nashville on Thursday.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thanks for dealing with the technical difficulties. Oh, I don't know what happened. Something happened.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.